What's the deal? What's going on? Big dog lovers, Connie Corso lovers, dog lovers, big dog lovers, small dog lovers. What's up, boy buddies? If you in here, is y'all ready? It's gonna be a super duper episode. What's happening?
What's up, in the house? What's up? I'm glad to be on here.
Man, we so glad to have you, man. This is a special episode. We do this dog talk, man. We do this today. We got a super duper. The showstopper is in the building. If y'all don't know who he is, this is a big timer, a real big timer showstopper.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you know who I am. Izade Borbos, if you didn't know, Jordan Pittman, and I got I'm the co-host, and the main host is Joe Church with NWA. And today we got the special NWA Connie Corsos, and today is our special guest. I'm so excited because listen, y'all, this is a top level. This is high end. This is the top of the game, right? We're talking to IFBB Pro Country Mountain Mastiffs. Ben White, what's the deal, man? What's happening?
I mean, like I said, I think I got on TikTok about 9 months now, and my content is good and it's growing. And for me to reach out there and show people that the giants that stood before me, I stand on their shoulders, and I'm learning from each person because everybody has their own perspective. And I tell people, to raise kids, it's no manual. It don't show you how to do this, that. It's a learning experience and everything else. But with this dog stuff, it's only one way, and it's my way. And you can choose to do whatever, but that's your choice. I got proof.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Talk to him, Ben.
Hey, Ben. Hey, can you let's give the world just a small intro on who you are, where you're from, and all that good stuff.
Small intro. I'm from North Carolina, Henderson, North Carolina. I was down there for the majority of my life. I come from a real humble background. The house I remember growing up in, we had our house. We had chickens that lived up under the house. We had dogs that lived up under there. We took a bath in like one of them 10 round tin things that you put clothes and stuff in. We had one of the washers where you just swing the like it's a twister thing on the back where the clothes ring out. I mean, it was humble. My mom was 11 going on 12. My dad was 20 years old. It just, I mean, that's just how it was down south and everything else. But that's another story. But that's where I come from. I came up here to New York. wanted to be with my dad for the majority of the part, and sometimes chasing people you just don't need to do. But I found myself up here. I stayed up here and started bodybuilding, started powerlifting, and won a lot of powerlifting trophies. And that wasn't good enough because still seeking the validation of somebody, because that's why I was doing it. I think about that now. Why did I start powerlifting, and why did I get into it? And it's always because I wanted the validation from my dad. He was never in the picture. So I figured that even though it was harming my body and I knew it, maybe one day he'll come out there and see me like do something, and he's like, yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm this, that, and next. But he never really did. And then I was like, okay, I could get his attention in the powerlifting arena. That maybe I should just go to bodybuilding. But also in powerlifting, I benched over 711 pounds, deadlifted over 700 pounds. And then I just transferred that into bodybuilding. Became, I think, the fastest IFBB pro bodybuilder to turn pro in the history of bodybuilding. Like a year and something it took me to get my pro card. Because, I mean, I'm determined. Whether that's a scorpion sign or not, I just set my goal out to do it. And I won Mr. USA in 2007. I beat 323-something competitors. There was only given one pro card out at the point. And I was good on that day, and I was the best, and I won. I won Tampa Pro. I placed at a bunch of IFBB shows. I became the third strongest bodybuilder in the history of bodybuilding. Who is the strongest person? It's Stan Efferton, Johnny Jackson, and then it's Ben White has been that. So I accomplished all of that, and still saying that he never showed up. So realizing that, look, I got high blood pressure, high cholesterol, this, that, and next, chasing what I thought was my dream, but it was just to get a clap or applause from him. And I realized that I was doing it all wrong. And when you go to the hospital and they sit there and tell you got all these diseases and stuff, and you're on medication, you'll see how fast your friends disappear. It's you.
Yeah.
And then when it's you, you got to face yourself. And then I faced myself, and they were like, what do you mean? I felt like a caterpillar in a cocoon, all by myself, and in a comfortable place, though.
Right.
And I hang on for a minute because the one dog is outside.
Okay. All right.
I said, go over there, lay down.
Yeah. Ben said something. It probably shocked you guys. He said his mom was 11, his dad was 20-something.
I caught
in
that.
the South back in those days. Me and being around the same age. If you're from the South, that's nothing new. And I know my parents, they picked cotton for money. My parents picked cotton for money.
But my great grandfather, he was a breeder. They don't talk about that in the history books.
Yeah.
I got like 23 different last names in my family.
Right.
They used to take them from basically every plantation, and that's what they did. They bred slaves there, just like they did animals. And I think it's still in the Constitution that people of color are still sold like that. I think they never changed that.
Yeah, because they bred them to be strong. No wonder you got all these athletes coming out the South.
I mean, but that people didn't ask me like, really, how you get the way I said. I knew my grandfather was Scottish, Blackfoot Indian, and slaves. Not the slaves from Africa, because they stopped importing slaves. That's what people don't understand. They started manufacturing and breeding their own here. And that's where you got the hybrids from, the big ones and everything else.
Yeah, that's deep because, we all basically got some form of roots tied in. If you're African American in the state of in America, that if you had not recently been parents imported here, then that's nine out of 10 of us got that same history. That's just
right.
The way it is. And now my people's is also from Africa. I mean, got roots to slavery. My granddaddy picked cotton. I go back to home, Georgia, Folkestone, Georgia is where we from. And this country little town, my great granddaddy had 8, 9 women, wives, and it was accepted. He was he moonshine, sold moonshine, pulled tree stumps, had a tree running crew, and that is part of who we are. I love it, though. It's a rich history. It's rich history, and just to tie it all in, when you said go back, your dogs was under the porch, you said your dogs was under the house.
It was bricks. It was like the house was sitting on bricks. It wasn't no fan. You can see up under the house.
Right. That's how that's how it is in my hometown. It's trailers, and that's where my first love for dogs began. Yeah, they got their houses sitting up on trailers, and that's where the puppies was at, and that's where the dogs was at. It made me feel like that. It touched me. It brought up some memories. Yeah.
When did
I sit there and tell people about that? I see. Look, I didn't graduate from high school. I got they say what ADD or ADHD or what people will call it today. But I learned that people learn at a different level.
Right.
And parents had the money to send me to private school. That's what they do in private school. They learn on their own level. I couldn't learn at the level they was because the books didn't interest me at that point at that time. I need you to talk to me. And that's what I needed. So when I got out of school and everything else, I did go back and get equivalents to a GED. And they asked me, like, why do you stay in school? I'm like, because it bored me.
Right. I got a lot of trouble because I was done with my work before everybody else. And then it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, sitting around doing nothing.
Right. But there's also, I realized too, as I got older, it was nothing to do but program me. And I'm glad I didn't get programmed, because when they sit there and they tell history and people get mad and everything else, I'm like, look, it's only history. I'm just reading books that's before 1920. And they were like, what do you mean? I said, okay, Christopher Columbus didn't really discover America. We already know that. But when you look at the pictures they painted back there, them people they seen in the picture, they had clothes on. Them people was called Moors. I said, do you know who Moor people are? That was a bunch of people that already had a civilization built here. Mm-hmm. I said, well, didn't nobody discover nothing. They discovered another civilization that was going on. They got wiped out.
Yeah.
I said, right. I said, also in the history books, I said, before George Washington, we already know it was 6 other presidents, but they weren't called presidents back then. Mm-hmm. So I said, when you sit there and you do your history and everything else, and you sit there and you talk to me about facts. I'm a facts person.
Right.
Even if you tell me something tonight and I might disagree with you, I'm still going to Google and look it up. And then I'll be like, oh, shit. And then I text you back. I'm man enough. Like, man, yeah, you're definitely right, because you're absolutely right, because there's only one right way to do something. Right. That's what I'm going to try to imply with the dogs and with me, with people. We all the same.
We all the same.
Nobody seems to understand this. We're energy. Energy can't die.
Right. It's transfers.
It's transfers. So if you transfers and you're not feeding your body energy, it's gonna get sick because you're polluting yourself.
Hey Ben, when did you notice your first love for dogs?
That's definitely funny. I told you I believe in the universe. After I got done traveling around and to India and been over there, I think I was in India for about 6 months, and realized that, wow, these people over here ain't got to take drugs and they don't eat meat and they're built and everything else. And I was like, the superficial built is me sitting there taking all the drugs and having high blood pressure and everything else. But if you really want to work hard for it, you got to sit there and put the time into it and everything else. I already was big. I didn't use a lot of drugs. That's why I look the way I do. It's other people that use a lot more than me because they didn't have the genetics. I was already bred to be like this.
Right.
When you saying drugs, what do you mean, like steroids?
All of it. The bodybuilding don't tell you to use steroids. Let me get that out there right now.
Okay.
But if a sponsor come to you and say, we're going to offer you this amount of money for every month, and we want you to perform at your best, they leave it like that. Mm-hmm. You already know what it took for you to get to where you're at. It ain't rocket science. You hire a trainer. The trainer going to tell you exactly what to do, and then you follow the protocol.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And that's why
it's just like football. It's just like any other sport. They're going to give you a contract and tell you perform at your best. They're not going to tell you to do no drugs. Everybody doing whatever they can to be the very best. You'll be surprised who takes stuff.
Right.
If you ain't naturally got the genetics for it, it don't matter. You ain't going to win.
Yeah. If you got skinny legs.
Drugs you want to.
Right.
I haven't been on drugs for 13 years. Where you took drugs before, that's why you got abs. No, incorrect. I got abs because I consistently work out. Because for 3 years, I ain't been doing nothing because of my neck surgery.
Right. And I want to give you some recognition too, Ben, but one of the reasons why I'm very excited about this, because of it, I didn't realize how much you had accomplished, but I did know that you was a bodybuilder, and it takes a lot of dedication, hard work, regardless whether it's steroids or not. It's available to us all, right? Whoever want to get some steroids or whatever is an open playing field, but you did the work and you were successful and you had the discipline and the genetics, and it's a marvelous thing. It's not something that, you know, it's going to be, it's a very few people that is able to accomplish what you have accomplished, but it's not by chance, it's divine.
What was the pinnacle of your bodybuilding career?
It wasn't because I only did it because I wanted my father's approval. This is the pinnacle of my career when I had the accident and getting into my dog and everything. That was the wake-up call of me changing my life over and then eating better and better as the years went along after the hospital incident. But I never got the approval from my father. That's the real reason I was doing it. I was partying, drinking, sex with all these women and everything else. I mean, that wasn't me. That was my representative. I had a good representative. I could fake it real good.
Right.
Because I wanted him to sit there and say, look, good job, son, this, that, next. And he didn't. He went and had his other family. He took care of his family. He thought it was more important. My kids weren't important to him. I mean, I'm like, dude, am I your son or not? But I couldn't think like that because I had to realize I got time. And I can't let something else occupy my time and stop me from doing what I'm doing because I feel like I've been here before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, if I've been here before, I got to bypass this because people get caught up in stuff like that. It ain't about family because family is who you meet to get to where you're going. And that's where Zoroastrianism come in at. Mm-hmm. That's what I believe in. That's my spiritual belief. I'm not religious at all. I'm spiritual. And they're like, why? Because every book I read is somebody's transcript or their version of it. Right. I don't want to read nobody's version. I want to read the original.
Like they when
don't give me your version of something and make me read it and tell me it's to be true. Where's the original copy and let me decipher it for myself?
Exactly.
Like when they say history, it just means his story. Someone's version of whatever.
Yeah, his story, and that's how I am with my clients, with my dogs. I'm transparent. Mm-hmm. You get the confidant with me. You get the representative. You don't get the representative. You get me. If I don't like you, I'm gonna say, shit, man, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Straight to your face.
Yeah.
That I had 9 people I turned down for the dogs. I could have had all the dogs gone. But if my dogs bark and my dogs do this, I can't do it. I can't ship my dog to nobody. Somebody else could do it. That's them. The dogs need to pick out the person. I cannot sell you a dog that might be too aggressive or my 2 brown ones. They hyper. They hyped up. So if you ain't got that kind of energy, you can't have that dog because that dog will be tearing your house up.
So how does that work, Ben? You say you can come up here and look at my dogs, and what is the connection you looking for? How they react to each other to the
No, I tell people, unless you have a pack of dogs, you don't understand how dogs actually operate. You got one single dog. I got 11. Mm-hmm. It's a pack. They're not scared of me. They respect me.
Mm-hmm. Right. I noticed that you never
and respect me with the boundaries. Respect me with boundaries and respect me. And then I show them love.
Yes.
And that's what I sit there and explain to people. Gomorrah is in heat. Y'all can see behind me. That's what they do. I go to sleep in the house and that's what they do. Ain't nobody having sex. Mm-hmm. They're like, I can't stop my dogs from having sex because you're not that good pack leader. You're fake. You're fake.
Woo.
Mm-hmm. And I hate to say it. I'm the one that's going to sit there and tell you you're fake because packs are run as one leader. You can't have 2 leaders in a pack.
Exactly.
And
does your pack have a pecking order?
It's I know the whole pecking order because I study my dog. I work upstairs to train my clients, and I come down here. I breed the dogs. I've been with the dogs for the last almost 11 years. Mm-hmm. Everybody think the male dog is so dominant, this, that, and the next. They stupid. Yeah. It's the females.
Mm-hmm. They run it.
They run the pack.
They run it, yeah.
The male, if you got more males, yes, they're going to go out there and do the dirty work and everything. But them females run the pack.
They answer to the woman. Yeah, they answer to the female.
I don't care what nobody sit there and tell you. Well, my male dog could beat up your female dog. Well, we can see. Mm-hmm. Females run the dog. When you want a dog to protect you, get a female. Mm-hmm. That male might be like doop de doop de doop de doop. That female gonna be on it. Mm-hmm. If you watch the video where we're going to the backyard and everything else, Fiona's 10.5 years old. Look at the video. Her tail curled up, and she's the first one out there. Mm-hmm. Because that's how it goes. She's gonna go a certain distance, and then she's gonna send Copper, Simba, and everything else. Then she kept seeing Copper jerk out there because that's how Copper is. Copper wanted to be down there and get down and dirty. My dogs ain't scared when they know it don't supposed to be there. That's what I tell people. Don't just walk up here and show up here because you don't know how to greet that. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Because they all come at you. It ain't just one of them. All of them coming at you.
I seen them do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how your dogs, but I noticed about them, it's a unit. You know.
Yes, that's how you gotta be.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they listen. That's why I don't need no fence up, because if Fiona stays in the yard and Copper stays in the yard and Simba stays in the yard and Thanos, the puppy's gonna stay in the yard. But
Well, you taught them their boundaries, right?
They only copy after the adults.
Right. You taught them their
It's
boundaries.
easier for me to sit there and train my dogs versus me sitting there having to do all this other unnecessary stuff because they train themselves. Because I was telling somebody told me, I don't mean to get off the topic though, but somebody was telling me, what's your dog's bite pressure? I'm like, you don't want to know. What's your dog bite pressure? I said, look, first of all, let's do this. Dogs got canine teeth. Yeah. I know that for sure. And canine teeth they're used for ripping and tearing. And maybe you got the conception wrong or you misunderstood. It wasn't meant for it to grab that bag and just rip at the arm. I said, that's meat. Your dog chew kibble with the molars in the back of his mouth. So his whole mouth should be molars because that's all he's doing. He's not using his canines but to bite stuff. I said, my dogs break bones. Not to be funny, put the suit on and let my dogs bite you versus your dog eating kibble. And I guarantee you my dog's bite pressure is harder than your dog's.
Yeah.
I ain't seen nobody, because I'm not putting the suit on.
Right.
Because that suit looks just like a bear to them.
Right.
Yeah, they don't want to put the suit on these guys with the Borbo. They got to put all this extra stuff.
No, but that's what I'm saying though, because the Bor just like we sitting about talking about dogs. All dogs are mixed. You mix your dog to make your dog. Bor, African dog, wild dog master. That's a Bor, from my understanding. I sit there and got a Fila English master. Fila got 4 different dogs to make a Fila for South America.
Right.
English got 2. All dogs are mixed. You got a mutt. You know so much about your dog, but you don't know what your dog eat. It got papers, it got this, it got that, but what do your dog eat? Or it says it eats 4 cups. When the last time you seen a dog in the wild eat 4 cups of anything? When the last time your granddaddy who had the dogs up under the porch, if y'all didn't have no money to eat, guess what? The dogs didn't eat.
Right.
The dogs were fine. The dogs survived. The dogs lived longer than it did these dogs.
Right.
Never went to the vet. My granddaddy always said that, but you crazy. I never.
They usually give it some coal or something, black stuff. And if they got like sick or something, like some coal oil or something, they used to make the dog drink. If it got like really sick or something, but that would help it. But I found alfalfa plants help. That's the same stuff to feed horses.
Right. Like, share. Hey, everybody go share this on your Facebook. Share. Yeah. Let's get off into the diet, man. That's one of the things you turning TikTok over about. You feed what is your regimen? Is it 3 to 5 days, every 5 days, and it's purely raw, right?
No, sometimes I don't feed my dogs for 28 days.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then sometimes I feed them every 5 to 6 days. Sometimes I feed them every single day.
But they go out, they still can find food or what? How does they?
No. They're not finding food, and I'm going by the genetic makeup that dogs are ancestors or predecessors of wolves, and that's what they do. If you can't find it in nature, your dog shouldn't be eating it, and you can't find no kibble and stuff in nature. So why are your dog eating it? Even the raw stuff they got in the refrigerators is garbage too, because it's all commercialized. So, I mean, they can sit there and feed their dog whatever. I'm showing you. My 10.5-year-old is back here. She can run, jump, pick apples, do all the stuff. I haven't seen nobody show me their 10-year-old dog. Nowhere. I put the challenge out there. Show me your 7-year-old. That's silver and copper age. Show me your 4-year-old that's 265 pounds. Show me your 6-month-old that's 110 pounds. My 210-pound puppy is bigger than a pit bull. So when I sit there and say size matter, my dogs look like wolves, like it's supposed to do. If you look at old pictures of the English Mastiff, it was a built dog. It was not sloppy and fat. That dog was a warrior dog. That dog was a beast.
Right.
They dumbed the dog down. They dumbed the English Mastiff down. The English Mastiff was ferocious.
into nothing. They done made it into just
and
a
I
big
put it and I put it back in it with the feeler.
right.
And just for notes, Fiona is a feeler presser master. Because the guy that bred her, he sold her to me for $4,000. What happened was the presser jumped the fence, had sex with the feeler. He had to get rid of the puppies because he didn't want the puppies and everything else because he's like, they mutts. I'm like, dude, they ain't mutts, dude. Give me the dog. She's the only one living out the whole litter. You tell me who did the right choice. Now that she's here and everything, she's a feeler presser English master. That's why they look like the presser when you see them sitting up sometimes and everything else, because they have it in them. So they still got the characteristics of a presser.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Ben. When do you feed the need to fast them 28 days? Do you feed them more than
chicken? So clarify that too, because the dog survived 28 days.
I work,
not thrive.
I got a method of how I do it when they sit there and she had the puppies. I feed her numerous times when she had the puppies, before she had the puppies, after she had the puppies, and I wean the puppies off as soon as I can so they don't mess her up, because she's only gonna have 4 litters each year. Then after that, she don't have no more litters. She just lived the rest of her life like Fiona, no puppies, and just enjoy herself. So when I sit there and feed the puppies, I try to get them, like I said, with raw food as fast as possible. And the fastest I've done it has been 2.5 weeks. After they've been born, they eat raw.
Okay, yeah.
And then they go 3 weeks, they're starting to chew on bones. And then they start nibbling on bones. So what they'll do is they'll eat the whole bone, but they won't eat the middle part. They eat the edges and everything else, but they can't eat the fine part yet. And then another week will go by, then you'll see the fine part start disappearing. And then about a month, you'll see them just chewing chicken up and everything else. And at the same time, they're nursing up the mother, which is keeping her healthy and everything else and keeping her good, because they're taking all the milk and everything else and drying her up. Because she had 11 puppies. She actually had 13, but 2 didn't make it and everything else. But they were like, what do you do? I said, I don't intervene in it. I don't save no sick puppies. If she put her arm on it and the other puppy keeps stepping on it, I'm not saving that puppy because they're going to kill that puppy anyway. I leave my puppies just like they would if they was in the woods. They're like, what do you mean? They got a den for a reason. That den builds their immune system up. I'm not going in there changing stuff and doing this. I'm leaving it like it is. I'll fix it up a little bit and everything else, but they need to build their immune system up. That's how they do it. Yeah. So when they come out 6 weeks later, they can deal with everything out here.
Right.
That's why they got their own separate thing. I do mine just like nature does it.
Right. Do you feel
if I could build me a hole in the ground and have a little hole where they just come out like the groundhogs, that's what happened. Because that's what they do. They stay underground for about 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. In their own feces, in their own pee, getting their own immune system built up. You can't build your dog's immune system up if you keep wiping them off with Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
How did you build your immune system up when I'm 47, I'll be 48 this year. How did you do it? You're outside playing kickball barefoot, germs, everything else. You ain't wiping hands, you're eating stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, and then and another thing people do, keeping the dog locked up in the house or whatever, away from everybody, away from everything. Don't let it go outside. I'm like, that's ridiculous. The dog got to go outside. How's it going to build up its immunity if it's not exposed to the environment, exposed to all of these different people and whatnot coming in and out? That's what's necessary. It's got to be. They coddling these dogs, bro. They coddling them. They making them
because they're going by what somebody's telling them, not what they know. Because if anybody with common sense sit there and listen to it, it makes logic. I'm trying to teach you how to be your dog's healthy. I'm not getting paid for this. Soon I will, because I do my books and everything else. But right now, I'm not getting paid for this. This is free information. You're challenging me. Let me see your vet bill. I have no vet bill. How many vet bills you got? Mm-hmm. I got 10 and a half years. No vet bills. Where's your vet bill at? I got a bug zapper right here. You hear it going off once in a while. I'm killing them West Nile mosquitoes because you know how they only get people and dogs. You don't get the chickens, the goats, the pigs, the horses, the fucking peacocks, for God's sake. I mean, they don't kill none of them, just people and dogs.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Ben, let me ask you something. Now, you have some advocates for raw diet, but they do a lot more. You might see them putting in some liver. This is like these. Okay, when you talk about that? Is it not?
Man, when was the last time you seen any dog in the woods having a 3-course meal? Hey man, when you get that deer over there, pull me up some carrots and some celery, apples over there, and bring it on over here. Matter of fact, while you eating that heart right there, cut me a little piece of that heart off and put it in my plate. And I mean, you act like you passing around a cafeteria plate here. You just collecting up food, and people don't even understand that little bit amount of food that you putting on there and looking up at the camera, smiling like you stupid. It ain't even enough vitamins and minerals in it. You may as well give them a teaspoon of Celtic salt or black salt. I ain't never seen no dog have no 3-course meal. I cook my dog food. You cooking all the nutrients out of it. That's why you and your dog ain't got no muscles in the house. When last time you seen a dog out there? Hold up. As soon as the deer get done, we all gonna eat. We all gonna eat. Damn, man, who gonna make the fire? We ain't got no matches. Damn, man, I told you. I mean, you don't see that. Yeah. What kind of make-believe fairy tale shit is going on? My friend called me today from Puerto Rico. He said, Ben, when you get like this, think about Mr. Rogers. And I said, I do. Welcome to make-believe, everybody.
Right.
Be mine. Because that's what it is. My dog has anxiety. No, you have anxiety. The dog don't have nothing. It was nothing wrong with the dog. It's you.
Yeah.
Your dog feed off of energy.
Yep.
You're a blazing alcoholic. You beat your wife, and you wonder why your dog is scared as hell.
Everybody in the house scared of you.
Everybody hit the like button.
Yeah. Dog peeking around the corner like, let me see let me check the temperature around here. I got time for this shit.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to hear the truth. They be talking this nonsense, man. I'm done with the nonsense. Let's get healthy people and healthy dogs. That's all they care about. Let's get my farm built so I can invite people out here to get the sun and get connected back to the earth. And that's all I want to do, man. I want to be left alone because my third eye is open. And if anybody out there know about your third eye be open, and you just can't fuck with regular people no more.
Right.
They nonsense because you can see through that bullshit. And I tell people that, I'm like, look, they were like, what kind of love you looking for? A real love. I didn't do shit to you. I ain't building no walls up. Why I'm not breaking no walls down? I ain't no construction crew. I hate doing construction. That's why I hire people to get somebody else to do it. You hear yourself, okay, if you could be overweight with me, you could be overweight. I am a professional bodybuilder, fitness coach, guru. Don't you think I can see the real person inside you? That built themselves up in that wall that couldn't nobody break out.
Right.
I mean, people don't get it, man. When you come in contact with another level of energy, your body feels good. When people bring your vibration out, your knees hurt. You feel like you got arthritis and stuff. Your knees just start hurting because it don't make sense what they be saying. Baby, 3 years old, got high blood pressure. How? I mean, none of this stuff makes sense, and people just posting pictures. If you ain't done weight, please don't post a picture. Get done. Show somebody you can actually complete something. Because you got the fact that you got overweight. You did do that. Good job of that. But just because you lose a couple of pounds, you ain't done. Post your picture when you're done. Well, you can't tell people what to do. It don't look good. Especially you got jiggly stuff all over because you're not losing weight, you're losing muscle. Because it ain't weight that you lose, it's body composition, because that's waste in your body. It ain't fat, it's waste. That's been capsulized and in tumors that your body need to get rid of. But once again, what do I know? I didn't graduate.
Right. Oh, man, you sound, when you talk, it takes me back to a place like your throwback. You was a throwback type of guy from like maybe the 30s or something. Because you sound like my granddad. It's all principle. He didn't graduate, hard work, all of this fake stuff that's going on. Man, you speaking the gospel, man. You should be having like a something, man. You telling
it like I said though, is when we talk about like I look at all the comments about the bear attack, and I try to explain to people.
What bear attack?
The bear attack that
he was walking and this dog got to fighting a bear.
So this is what happens. I look at the comments after I post the video, and I had just got out of the hospital. 4 days in the hospital. They gave me a muscle nerve agent that messed my arm up. I couldn't move my arm. I got back and cried with the dogs because I was gone, and Sarah was like, they weren't gonna bring you out. You could have died. And that's when I got that click in my head. Was like, look, your energy left your body for a little while to give you a awakening call. This is what you need to do right now. And I had the epiphany. I had already healed myself up from the sleep apnea and all this other high blood pressure stuff and everything else. But that's when I got the epiphany of you need to go on there and let people know this is it, and just whatever repercussions come from behind it, don't back down, because my grandmother always told me, if people can accept you for who you are, fuck them.
Right.
I gotta go with that mentality, because I came up hard and I made it. From what I remember to where I'm at now, my dogs got their own apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I never had this when this the whole thing. My dogs don't live in dog houses. My dogs ain't got chains wrapped around them. My dog got the freedom to go in and out like they please.
Mm-hmm.
I never had that when I was a kid, but I never had discipline either. My dogs got discipline. They got leadership. They got structure. And I learned that through life as I traveled. Not from black people. And I don't look at black people. I look at a different energy source. I feed from you, you feed from me. And that's how we go. If I was you, I could fix this because I'm a professional athlete. I could tell you what to do because you really consciously don't know because you ain't been around it. You've been around production, this, that, and that. You could tell me because I don't know. That's how energy works.
Right.
And that helps you grow.
Mm-hmm.
It challenges your belief. Dog food only been out 60 to 80 years. That's all I got to say. So what was they eating before that? Everybody was smart. 60 to 80 years. We used to have 13 months in the calendar. Mm-hmm. So, people want to sit there and get petty and this, that, and the next and that. They don't know what they're talking about. That's what I'm saying. It really annoys me for people to even open their mouth because they only rehearsing something that they don't even know nothing about. Period. If you want to help the dogs, you do the opposite of what everybody else is doing with their dogs because their dogs get cancer. Mine don't get cancer. Mine don't get none of the diseases that I've been helping people heal up. Heartworm, ear infection, none of this stuff. All of that stuff is a byproduct of what you give your dog. You are what you eat.
Do you give your dog wormer or vaccinations?
For what? If you ain't sick, why? I didn't ever take the COVID shot. I'm not sick.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I going to infect myself with something that I don't even know that is truly what you're telling me it is? I don't trust you. You sat there and told me the food pyramid was this, and this, and all this stuff is killing me. What's H3O2?
Food with water in it?
Correct. The doctors don't know that because that's what heals your body up.
Right. Right.
What is protein?
The muscle.
No. What is protein basically when it's broken down?
Energy? No, it's hard.
It's
is
amino. Amino acid.
Amino acid, okay, yeah.
That's what an apple is.
Okay.
So how do apes get big? They don't eat meat. How do a horse? We eat horse meat. How do horses get big? Buffaloes. How buffalo meat get big? You don't have to eat this. They told you this.
Yeah.
And you're following somebody else's diet. And I'm sitting there trying to retrain your brain is you don't eat that way. Your dogs don't eat that way. If I was sitting there right now and I got my pack of dogs right here, we went hunting October 1st, it opens up. I go out there looking for deer and bear. I don't find nothing. We come back home. None of us eat.
None of us eat.
I go back out there again. Same shit. That's going on 7 days. None of us ate. Now finally I kill a rabbit. I come back to the house. Who you think gonna eat?
You.
Who you think gonna eat the bones? I'm gonna suck the marrow out, and then really ain't gonna be nothing left. And then that's really sharp shit, and I'm gonna throw it out there to them, and then they're gonna eat whatever.
Right.
But you know what? The next day they're gonna get up and go with me back out there because we're gonna get something one day.
We're gonna knock it down. Right.
Ben, let me slide one in on you. How would you know that your dogs don't have worms if you never test? You'll see them, wouldn't you?
Told you. I don't talk to special ed people. I told you that's not even a common sense question. That's somebody trying to prove a point. And I just look, papaya seeds. Just give your dog papaya seeds. Because it'll come up their stool. They'll drag their ass. They'll show some kind of symptoms inside. I got 11 of them. I just sold puppies already from this litter. When somebody say that your dog got heartworms, my dogs don't go from my house to the vet office. They go from my house to their house. And then some people take them to the vet, they don't, because they see my dogs already. This is proof. It's proven. How would they get heartworms? What's going to cause them to get heartworms?
Mosquitoes.
Okay. I live where?
Amsterdam, New York.
Yeah, I live in the country, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guarantee you I got more mosquitoes than you got at your place. And we're all healthy and fine. I mean, told you, people just say stuff and everything else just to get a kick out of something. They don't really think it through. We got all these animals around us. Ain't nobody dying in West Nile. You hear that? Hey, whatever the eyes see, the ears hear, the mind believe. And they're programmed by TVs. Show me what the dog looked like that got West Nile.
I just want to make a point real quick that the way your dogs are bred, the way the way that you are living, the way that your lifestyle is set up is ideal situation so the dogs thrive because of what you eat. You're a professional eater. So this ain't something for the average Joe or any regular person.
What you eat, Ben?
No, I sit there and mostly eat fruit most of the time from all seeded fruits, and then I eat meat, but all my meat is grass-fed. Okay. So if it's not grass-fed, I don't eat it.
Okay.
So I drink tequila. I eat pizzas. I eat wings. I do something, but it's not nothing that I already know is garbage to the body.
Right.
But 90% of the time, I'm eating healthy.
So when you eat the pizza and the wings and stuff like that, just more of like a cheat meal.
It's not really no cheat meal because I'm like, why the fuck am I eating this dumb shit? But it tastes so good.
I'm not.
It tastes good as hell, but it ain't gonna do nothing but give me the runs or something.
Yeah, yeah. You talking about energy? You talking about electric food? You talking about the water? What are your thoughts on Dr. Sebi?
I believe him. I believe the guy with the tattoo on his forehead. I believe that we have been misled and tricked and duped. And for the ones that's waking up, they're inboxing me and telling me that you're helping me, you changed my life and everything else, and that's all that matters. One person. And I got over 100 people that I sit there and help out and did this, that, and the next to. Whether I gave advice or they trained up under me, they was their very best. Whether they kept it or not, that was enough for me. That's left up to them. Only thing I can do is lay out the plan for you to follow. I'm showing you. I'm 48. How you know how many other men at 48 look like this?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's the whole thing. You still could drink, you still in it, but it's not a balance. Everything has to be balanced, and people don't have balance, and that's why stuff goes array and everything. The reason the dogs are like this because it's me. I can sit there and just get them riled up right now. You think they're sleeping, but if something was to happen, they'll pop right up because they sleep. Dogs don't sleep like that.
Right.
They were like, what do you mean? Their dog's hearing is way more superior than yours, and their smell. They can smell and hear you before they even see you.
I want to slip something in real quick, because you said something about helping people. One person, if it's this one person that you touch, you reach, you're 48, in great shape, you're doing things that's different. I was going to ask, what do you said you talked about being balanced and complete. Talk about what is a balanced one exercise that we all could be doing. What is one exercise if we don't have nothing else but what can we be doing that's a complete workout for us to try to get to your level?
Meditate your mind. You can't see when people tell me they're religious and I see the vessel that they approach me in, I doubt it. You can't tell me you believe in something that you never heard of, and I'm looking at the vessel that is being carried in. So it doesn't match. If I'm in shape, my dog's gonna be in shape. I'm showing you. I can't say something to be the polar opposite. We all know people believe in this, that, and the next. Look at them. Look at their lifestyle. Look who they hang around. Look who they gossip with. Look at they doing the same thing. Nobody's challenging themselves to be with. They hang around comrades and constituents. No confidants. That's it.
Yeah.
Most of the people that I grew up with is dead.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Because I notice when, not saying I'm on a bigger level than anybody, but like even your conversations, you don't even waste your time with bullshit conversations.
Why? You got time. We all could be doing something different with our time right now. We're sitting there trying to educate people and show people. I'm not saying my way is the right way, but the proof is right here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're the one telling me you can't deal with a dog having sex with another dog or this, that, and the next and everything else, or dogs food aggression or heartworms. I mean, it's you. It's not me.
Right.
My method been proven 10 and a half years. I have people with dogs out there. When you think somebody could have chimed in and said, he's lying, his dogs, they know it's true. If you follow my protocol and do what I tell you to do, it's easy. It only costs you $75 to feed one of my dogs a month.
Right.
You picking up a puppy. Say you get a puppy that's 110 pounds. He's 110 pounds by doing what I've been doing the whole time. Why change it?
I know you don't
people know how to follow direction.
Right.
That's why I still got the puppies here, because you can keep whatever dog you want. All dogs are beautiful. Your dogs, his dogs, all are beautiful. But if they go home and feed it garbage and do this and that, and they take a picture of it and you see it, you'll be so mad with them damn people. Because you want your dogs out there showing off the best of them. You don't want they represent your kennel.
Right.
Because the only thing they're gonna say at the end of the day is, I got that dog from him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, no, you got a healthy dog for me. I don't know what the hell you did to it.
How much raw should you feed your dogs? How do you
get full? That's the only way you're gonna know. That's the only way you're gonna know that you fed your dog until they don't eat no more. Mm-hmm. And that's how you do it. Mm-hmm. When I sit there and say no eat no more, you'll see their stomachs get big and everything else, and then that's enough. They got bones and debris in their intestines, and they're shorter than the average. Shorter than humans. So that's why they can process and digest the bones and everything. If the bones had to travel through our body, it'll cut us all up.
Right. And then you give them that period to digest. Will you tell the audience the digestion of
it? Not a period. I told you. I said I got coyotes and stuff back here.
Right.
And they eat every 5 to 6 days, I think. Okay. And you can hear them hackling and everything else out there because they made a kill. And then you hear it again about 6-7 days later. Then sometimes you don't hear it till like 14 days later or 28 days later, depending on how the deers are migrating around. But normally you hear it about I say about 6-7 days or 5-6 days. So I already knew that dogs don't eat every day based off me growing up as a kid. So I just picked up off the animals and said, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. And they don't need to eat like that because the bones are still in their body. They haven't processed the bones out. So if they already got the bones in their body and they still using the body, that means their body is getting rid of the toxins and everything else, just like a wild animal. A wild animal, after they eat, they don't go kill something else and eat again. They run, they play, they digest and everything else, and then they desecrate it out, and then it turns white.
Yeah.
People don't even know what dog poop look like.
Yeah.
It's white.
Yeah.
And
that's from the bone, right?
Right. Then if you leave the skin on the meat, is where they get the little fatty juice stuff at. That's not diarrhea. That's the fats. Mm-hmm. Well, but people, I told you, they do the nonsense.
Right. So I know you're used to all the pushback and things like that, but when you say you don't vaccinate and things like that, do you worry about the people like trying to report you if you got state laws like for like rabies or anything like that?
I got insurance on my dogs with this house. And second of all, rabies is rabid animals that's out in the daytime. I'm sure I will see a fox or something before somebody else see one. And all the people on this whole road have not seen no rabid animals out here. I asked them, I said, when was the last case of my dog got bit by a rabbit? I asked them. Never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
So what dog, what rabbit, why do I need to vaccinate my dog for what? The rabies shot is the same shot they will give a Chihuahua, they will give a 300-pound dog.
Yeah, you're right.
So what's your thoughts on the law?
It is the law. I keep my dogs at home. This is my property. I don't take my dog's in the car.
Yeah.
Fucking if I don't like a whole lot of people, my dog damn sure ain't gonna like another dog. You think they're like, hey, buddy, my dog ain't gonna like that. My dog like being where they at. With the peacocks, the horses, the chickens, that's where they like being at. They don't like being around the other stuff. For what? It's a distraction. Dogs ain't supposed to be walking on concrete anyway. Dogs need to be walking on grass. Dogs walk on carpet, floors, linoleum, all sorts of stuff. They don't even know what the ground feel like. Your dog needs to be running about 40 to 60 to 80 miles a day. They're like, oh my God, you can do that? I do 60 miles on a bike. They run all through them backfields and everything else, back and forth, back and forth. How many miles do you think that is?
A lot, yeah. That's a lot.
There's a difference between running from here to a fence and back. They don't get exhausted.
Right.
They don't get exhausted. They're building their cardio up.
I want to make
it like, what you think your dogs can do and everything else. I said, look, I'm not here I just want to learn. I will cut you on live and I will videotape it. Show me how you sit there and do your dog. The bear attack. Let's get back on the bear attack.
Okay.
I was in, like I said, I went to the hospital and everything else. I had neck surgery. I tried to get the surgery done before COVID, but since I didn't get the vaccination, they wouldn't do it. So I walked around 3 years with no 2, 3, 4 in my neck. My muscles and my traps and everything else basically holding me up. So they told me, like, if you would have had a bump or a fall or anything else, you just would have broken your neck because it was nothing there. Nerve blocker they put in my shoulder was too much, made my whole arm go numb. I told them prior to going into surgery that it was too much anesthesia. I said, muscle is heavier than fat, and I'm telling you, this is too much. I didn't wake up. They had the ear, nose, throat doctor down there, all these people over top of me, and Sarah was like, she's a critical care nurse. She was like, she know they messed up. Way too much shit. And all I could see in her eyes was, we almost lost you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I had that click of everything else. I come out of it. I can't move my right arm. I'm freaking out. I got a catheter hooked up to me. They asked me to use the bathroom. I'm all out of it because I don't know nothing. And they handed me orange juice and some crackers with these pills. And I'm like, oh my God, more chemicals in my head. I'm like, this ain't healing me up. This is fucking Coca-Cola shit. I was getting angry and I stayed in there for 4 days. I was supposed to be in and out. But by them, I won't coming through. They want to make sure my whole body was functioning right again or whatever, or ciphering my blood. I don't know what they were doing. But I came home, hadn't seen my dogs in 4 days, and we had that moment of realness. I cried with them. They was looking skinny because, they was worried about me because that was the first time I ever been away from my dogs that long. And I said, shit, we're going for a walk. So I got the blood dripping on my neck with the neck brace on. And we go all the way back to the backfield, and I'm heading back. And that's when I realized dogs bark different. When certain shit happens, they got a different bark.
Yes,
and Fiona, Gamora, Simba, and Thanos, they formed like a circle. And it made this weird bark I never heard before. Then Copper came charging. And he hit the bear from the back, and all chaos broke up for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
People in the comments, your recall sucks. Your recall sucks. I'm like, I didn't teach these dogs how to fight a bear, and they fight a bear.
Yeah.
They didn't get trained for none of this.
Right.
And I was sitting there yelling, got blood dripping out my neck with a camera, like, if anything happened to me, I knew it, but I'm like, it was a bear attack. It wasn't the dogs. But I had a stick. I was like from here to where the camera's at, right where the bear was. The dogs had the bear occupied. Only one dog had a mark on them, and it was Copper. and the bear got killed 3 months later. We looked at the bear. I took pictures of the bear. It was mauled up. Dogs mauled the bear up. It was injured, and that's why Hunter shot it. But I showed people pictures of it. I got turned in for inhumane pictures and graphic, this, that, and that. Like, this bear attacked me.
Yeah, that bear was pretty big too. They
It
was
was 300 pounds and it was 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
It climbed the tree.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
at
climbed the
one
tree.
point, it looked like it wanted to really come back down.
Yeah.
It stopped, and then it was like, oh, shit, it's 5 of them out there. Well, Copper, the only one got a mark on him. All the other dogs, no. Well, for what? That's what they were built for. If it ain't in their DNA, it's not going to happen.
Right.
I didn't teach my dogs how to fight no bear. People talk shit. I got 7 or 8 bears back there. Take your dog and pack of dogs back there. Let me see what your dogs do. In the same scenario, no guns, a stick and a phone, and act like you got a neck brace on. And I want to see it. I can show you where some bears at. Take you and your little dog down there and let's see what happens. I guarantee you that bear knock a hole in his ass.
So you was talking about people saying you had a horrible recall. I noticed that you talk to your dogs in like full sentence. Some people say, no, you're supposed to talk to them. No, yes, solid commands, but you kind of talk to them like, hey, get your ass over here right now, sit down and stuff, like long sentences. Is that because they hear key words or they just know?
That's just me being black.
I almost took my headphones off.
Why I'm gonna say one syllable words for?
Yeah.
I feel like my grandma. Get your black ass over here.
You know what? I didn't want to say that, but it reminds you of like when we was coming up. I go to my babysitter, old black lady, and they had them switches, and them dogs would be under command with them switches. Get on. You know, that's how they did.
My grandma used to use a weeping willow tree. She would get 3 branches of a weeping willow tree and braid the prettiest braid up she wanted to, and she would whoop us just like she was doing a lion in a cage. We'll run and she'll hit us with that weeping willow branch and then wrap around your leg and she'll just pull you back. I mean, she was notorious for that tree. And I want one. Right. I mean, I don't know why I want one, but I just want one for some reason.
Yeah. Them black folks back in them days when we was getting them whooping, they were like ninjas. You know what I'm saying?
And alcoholics. They were alcoholics too. They were 100% alcoholics, but they loved us to death.
Right, yeah.
My grandma drank moonshine. They were like, what you mean? I said, y'all don't know what it is. I said, I was like 7 years old. I was drinking Thunderbird, Everclear with fruit punch, Mad Dog 2020. Oh my God. Liquor in the milk jug. I think that was moonshine. I don't even think it was, moonshine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alcohol ran through our family like that. Our family was a lot, like they still drink a lot. I mean, I could drink when I want to, and that's what I tell people. I said I drink once in a while. They're like, "What you drink? Tequila?" I said once in a while. They're like, "What you drink? Tequila?"
Why is that? You still?
I just keep drinking.
Oh, okay.
I got dogs to take care of. If I'm gonna get fucked up, we're gonna be on it for one night. It ain't gonna be like just sipping on it. This joke is hard headed.
Yeah.
You can't be walking around like this. So I get over there, and you get over there. I can't be doing that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say though, what I noticed, I picked up on is your voice is authoritative and the dogs respond to it. That's something that if you are wondering, one of the ways that you are able to control and manage 11, 12, because I do the same. I don't, maybe I have 6, 7 dogs out at once, but it's just me being the leader and who I am. I'm constantly mushing them or whatever. Right. I'm talking to them. And I mean, when I say it. So if you want that type of control, that's really what it's about. When you say what you say, you mean it. And the dog respect it. And it's not a whole bunch of petting going on. I noticed that. Yeah, for what? Right.
That's the whole point. If the dog Copper, Sympathetic, and Gomorrah already know how to sit down. The reason they don't sit down because the puppy's moving around. Because it's disorder in the pack. They know, okay, we sit down, we eat. Why are they still running around here? What's going on now? And that's why the puppy's got to sit down. Mm-hmm. Because if I sit there and open that box up and feed them, and everybody's running around, the big dog said we could do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Ain't no difference between us because we got more authority over these little jokers right here. But the real authority is Fiona and Gamora eating first because they're the females, and then the puppies eat, then Copper, Simmer, and Thanos eat. Because males eat last. It's the females, puppies, and then the males. That's how the arc is in the wild.
Right. Shout out Gerald.
They can produce puppies. The puppies are the new generation, and the males can be expendable.
Right. Right.
Because they're gonna have one for the litter, so whoever's in there can still make with the mother.
Right. So shout out Gerald, All World Doberman.
What up, my man?
He says, I want to know how he can feed all the males at once with no fights.
Black ass better not fight. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but it's they always ate together. I would never separate them from birth.
Right.
They grew up eating as a pack. I never separated them. That's why they got that bond.
Right.
And you never allowed them to fight from the beginning.
No, because if they get like aggressive or whatever, I go take it from them and get over top of the dog and everything else. And people are like, you don't hit your dog. No, I'm taking it from them and look and let them eat for a while. I let them run around and everything else, and then I let them. Now you can eat. Because truthfully, Fiona runs that pecking order out there. Because if you look at the video, she always edging up front. That's the one who runs it. So if you keep messing with her, and then I did the video today. The puppy had Fiona had the chicken in her mouth, and the puppy grabbed it. And Fiona went, and the puppy still grabbed it. She did it again. Puppy let go and walked away because that's her saying, look, I'm in charge of it. This is mine. Leave it alone.
Yeah, real quick, talk about the dog leading, the one that was quick to try to jump out.
Explain that a little bit. That's what I'm saying. The puppies don't understand. So when you got a pack of dogs, your female always gonna be showing them what to do, and the male's gonna teach them how to fight and all this other stuff, but they correct them. You don't have to do it when you got a socialized pack.
Right.
They do it for you. All I gotta show them is this is the boundaries and this is the way we're going with this right here. They're like, how do your dogs stay in the yard? We walk the yard. They stay in this part of it. The street. That's because they're puppies and they're chasing the peacocks or the rabbits and everything else. I said, that's what happens when you just tell them to come back. I got a 7 foot embankment ditch in front of the house. These 6-month-old puppies run and they jump over the ditch and then cross the road. They don't go in the ditch no more. They jump over the ditch. And I'm gonna get that on video. I'm like, yeah, they jump a 7-foot ditch. And keep it moving because they when it's different when you get puppies and they've been outside working. And when I mean working their legs, running. When they get the zoomies, they're not running between chairs. They're running a long distance. They're running until they give out, and they don't give out. They continuously go. And people don't understand. That's how you get a healthy dog. How you get your dog back legs to work. Because he wasn't doing laps in the pool. He was actually running outside, digging holes and going and adventuring up and down hills and stuff. That's what they've been doing.
Yeah, that's important too. Getting out there, involved with the environment, interacting with the environment, keeping the dog coddled up in the house, trying to prevent it from getting sick or even getting injured. That's crazy to me, man. That's crazy. Get your dog out there like this man is doing. This is how it's supposed to be done. Let your dog experience the world and run and do his stuff that they supposed to do. Am I right or am I wrong? What?
You're absolutely right. Oh, I thought somebody was outside. She's scratching at the door. But no, you're absolutely right. That's the whole thing that I was sitting there saying. Your dog back legs don't work because you never gave them opportunity to, because it takes a while for their back legs to even go. That's why I keep my puppies for 12 weeks. Even at 12 weeks, their back legs still growing. And now you took them off of the grass into carpet and they can't build them up no more. Now they're sliding over the floor. They're not building their hips up. Now they got hip problems.
Right. Will you explain the dangers of an overweight, big ass dog?
That's why it's no such thing. It's chemically induced.
It's chemical.
When you sit there and look at the structure of a dog, the anatomy, they're supposed to look like a lion. These dogs are supposed to look like lions and tigers and built muscle dogs. These dogs can't do nothing. They're out of breath. They can't run. I understand people training their dogs. I understand that. But if your dog got to solely rely on your on your words, what if I punch you in the mouth? You can't talk. How your dog gonna know what to do?
Mm-hmm.
My dogs automatically know what to do. If y'all watch videos of the person walking into the yard, my neighbors, and me walking back here watching him dig the pool out, they already know what to do. They already on it. And it ain't one of them running at you. It's all, even the puppies getting into it.
Yeah.
So it's a pack thing. It's a unit thing. You do this. You doing jailhouse stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I say that all the time. I say y'all keeping dogs like it's in the penitentiary. You got them lined up in cells. You got wires, cages, concrete. That's the penitentiary. That's not how dogs are supposed to live.
And that's why they're aggressive and stuff.
Acting crazy, acting wild. Yeah.
You got locks on the cages. You got this, that, and the next. I mean, none of that stuff makes sense to me because I never seen it when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I seen them do slaves like that, but I never seen them do regular people like that or the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good. Your dog walking through your leg, your dog doing all this stuff. That's fancy. What your dog gonna do with a real dog hit?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Thank you. Talk to me. What they gonna do?
Your dog to do something they already know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know his teeth were designed to eat meat because the only thing he's biting is that glove and that sleeve. He didn't eat real meat because you giving him kibble.
Mm-hmm.
Dog only uses his molars in the back of his mouth and only using this right here to bite shit that's just sticking out. He really want to bite that arm because it's like a hot dog. That's why he bited that hard, because he knows meat behind it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, he got a hard grip. No, he know he want to stick it to your damn arm and eat some real fucking meat. Right. It ain't that damn glove you're looking at. It's that arm.
I got a question on the mindset of a dog, because y'all was talking about pinning a dog. Now, in the city, we have dogs. And when I decided to be a breeder, and I did my first breeding with this guy, and he looked at me, he said, are you going to be a breeder or are you going to be a pet owner? And what he meant is doing things, being responsible with our dogs. Now, if we have our dogs in cages, but and our dogs go in there willingly and they don't have the psyche of a kennel dog, more like a bedroom, do you still think it affects them just by being in crates and kennels?
Yeah, because dogs stretch out. Look at this. Look at how they sleep. Do you think they can fit in a cage, a kennel like that?
Not them dogs, no.
My point.
Yeah.
That's my point. Even your boars and everything else, your dogs too big to be in cages.
I say that. That's why people have problems breeding them in the United States. They're keeping them. It's totally different than what they're doing in South Africa. But that's why the nothing against the Amish people. And I don't want to be this like classifying people, but they had the dog set up and they tried it with the dog with the Borbos, and it's too stressful for Borbos to live in confinement. The Borbo is not designed. Most dogs ain't to live in these confined close quarters.
They need to really use it. See, I tell people, dogs is like people. I get up in the morning, I close my eyes, I walk towards the door, I sniff, and I listen, and I open my eyes up. That's how your dogs do it. People think the dogs see first. Nope, they put their nose up. They smell the air.
Right.
They home on into where it's coming from and everything. Then they lock their eyes into it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to breathe again, just like if you lost your eyesight. My nephew, he lost his eyesight. He's still in tune with the world. We need to go back and use all our senses. We're not using them.
Yeah,
we're not.
That's what I told people. It's hard to like you try to date people and everything else, and then you're on this level of thinking and everything else, and they're not there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to get really, really in tune into yourself and elevate yourself to a higher level, because we're energy. We feed off of energy. Mm-hmm. The more you don't, the more I don't know, and the more you know, that sparks you up, keeps your energy going. If you don't know nothing, and I'm constantly pouring into you, and I'm not getting nothing back, then I'm like, I feel shortchanged and I feel drained.
Yeah. But if you feed back into it, now you giving me something to work with.
Correct. It's like I tell people, I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies.
Mm-hmm.
A tree only needs 4 to 5 roots. Well, look at all the leaves and branches on it. That's people that's gonna come you and come across. You need a foundation. And most people that breed the dogs, they're just in it for the money and they don't have no clue that the boars, all master dogs, they need to run and use their prey drive, real prey drive, not a person. They were never designed to hunt people like that unless they was in a war. These are animal dogs. A feeler is a catch dog. They will hunt slaves and jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
They can swim. They can climb trees.
Damn.
Like, what do you mean they climb trees? They pick apples out there. You see them out there picking apples off the tree.
Yeah, yeah. Let me slide one in on you, but with Doug. I get the pack concept, but the male's not mating when a bitch comes in heat is amazing. How does he control the instinct from mating?
If I keep telling you get your black ass in the house, I mean that's what I mean, and that's why I did it with Fiona. She ain't had no puppies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's the same. It's the same. Like go ahead. You got to be consistent. Yeah, they're gonna try it. So it's just like now, they're not. She's in heat. They look what they're doing.
mm-hmm.
I can leave here right now, go in the house, get me my watermelon, or because I don't supposed to be eating this late, but I feel like I want a watermelon, like I've been up all day. Come back out here, and that's how they're gonna stay.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody gonna be humping and doing nothing crazy here? They know not to.
Yeah, yeah.
Not in here, out there, yeah, not in here.
Man, so say you got to go out of town. What do you do?
I feed my dogs every 5 to 6 days. It makes it convenient for me to go out of town. I feed them and leave the door open, and then I won't leave this door open because they'll go outside, but I leave the main door open, and they'll use the bathroom in the garage, and I just come home and clean it up. That's the only time I clean up dog shit, but I only got to sweep it up because it's turds.
Yeah, gotcha.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
I got to feed. I already know they don't need to eat. Like I said, sometimes I don't feed my dog for 28 days, and they're like, why? Well, when she come into heat, they don't eat for 14 because they only want to have sex. They drink water, they eat, they throw up because they just want to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the other one going to heat right behind it, that's another 14 days. Guess what? Their body being detoxified and cleaned out because it don't kill them because they can rebound real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Their main motive is to have sex. And they'll whine, they'll cry, they'll do all that stuff, but I'm just like, shut up. And they've been so used to hearing it that they know that only time they're going to have sex is when they go outside. They've been trained for that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to touch on something real quick. Talk about how the dog not eating there so often and then they're able to recover, the way that the body responds to this starvation. I think it's important to highlight right here that when you condition the dog for this, it makes them able to fully utilize the nutrition, fully utilize the fats and things that's stored on their body.
It's basically their body, just like everybody else. It's the detoxification of their body. When you sit there and feed your dog commercial or dog food, it's processed foods that just pass through the body because they're not even used in their canines. They're just using their molars to mash it down, toss in the stomach and everything else, and it just stores in their body because it's all fat. It's waste. When a dog eats bones, it has to process through their body, which is totally different. And during the process and cycle, it's cleaning and detoxifying the body and taking all the chemicals that's out, like cancer cells and whatever might be in the food or whatever they're eating, and push it out. And that's how long it takes to go through their body. It takes 3 to 4 days. The dogs just ate today 70 pounds of chicken. So why would I feed them again tomorrow when the chicken is still inside them? They ain't shit out 10 pounds yet. It's in their body.
Mm-hmm.
These ain't candy bars that I'm giving them where you can sit there and have to feed them because there's no nutritional value in it. This is what they're supposed to eat. This is what's out there in the wild. That stuff that you're feeding your dog, you can't find it out there. Even that stuff they call real food ain't real food.
Mm-hmm. What about
a cereal company makes it?
Yeah. And the bone cleans the teeth for the dogs.
Dogs are calcium deficient.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And the bones help with the teeth,
The
right?
bone help clean the teeth. Look at their teeth. I mean, you can see them. Look at their teeth and everything else. I mean, like, the proof is here. That's what I keep telling people. Where is your vet bill at? My dogs don't need it because the bones clean their teeth.
Right.
The hooves clean their teeth. The antlers clean their teeth.
And I want to mention that's very important. Oral hygiene, because the dog is digesting, all allowing this dog to do this chewing, building up the saliva, building up these digestive juices, enzymes that allows the dog to digestive tract to operate at the highest efficiency. And that's so important. But these dogs just swallowing down food, they don't understand that is not allowing the dog to do its natural way of chewing, eating, and doing the things it's supposed to do. It's suffering because of that.
That's like when people ask me about diets. It's no such thing as a diet. If you took the time to put it on, take the time to take it off correctly. If you take it off too fast, you're gonna have loose skin. You always talking about losing weight, you're losing muscle. You can't burn fat because fat is waste. It has to be excreted out of the body. I understand this.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I've been doing this too long. I just tell people it's facts. I speak facts. You talk to people that want to give you medicine, and I'm trying to get you off the medicine. I understand you got a habit. That's why you're the way you are. Your habit controls you. Your entitlement of hanging around your friends to get validated. That's why you do it. Because anybody that got common sense wants to live longer and healthy, not just exist, but live. It's a difference.
It's a big difference.
And they don't understand that in relationships or anything else. Why do I want somebody leftovers?
Yeah.
It's a reason you're not in a relationship. It's a reason I'm not in a relationship. Is they like, why? And that's everybody, because people aren't in a relationship. Everybody think they're in a relationship, but they're not. Because if you say the opposite of what you know is going to happen, you'll get a divorce. I tell people the truth from the get-go. This is who I am, this is how I am, and no is a common factor. Because I ain't get all the stuff that I wanted, so how you gonna get everything that you want?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
I don't eat seafood no more. That's cockroaches. So I want some scrimp. You go pay the dude to eat scrimp.
You got to go down and squeak for it. Man, one thing I noticed about you, you sit there, you talking like you walking online, and you show everybody, you show and prove, and you sit there and just spar with your haters. I don't say you really spar with them. You sit there. I see you eating your watermelon and your fruit. How do you deal with the online haters? You seem like it don't even matter to you.
I mean, I got some good commentators. Not commentators. What's the word? I just went brain dead. Moderators. I got good moderators, and they understand my message and everything else. But for the majority of it, I understand why they're attacking me, because people don't like the truth.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I told you, my third eye is open. Alcohol is straight poison. Straight poison. I know this. Mm-hmm. It's just like eating cereal. It's just like eating a candy bar. It's like eating everything. All that shit poison. So I pick my poisons and everything else. There's no need for me to debate with you when I already know chemically you're in balance. But sometimes I just feel like a kid and I want to do it. And I got people behind me saying, no, don't do it, this and that. And I slow down. But I mean, I'm petty too.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm speaking on facts. When I get off, I'm coming back here to my dogs and we go eat and everything else. You're the one laying there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who drinking the Kool-Aid in the house. I mean, I don't know. I just leave it alone.
Yeah. I mean,
don't need to get into it really. It's everybody in the universe has somebody to dumb down them, and people find the right people to do it.
Right. Yeah. So you help people. You a personal trainer?
Personal trainer. And I'm not a personal trainer. I'm a lifestyle coach.
Lifestyle coach.
People that the best representation is inside you. All you got to do is adapt to something different, and you can become the best representation of yourself. And that's my job in helping people obtain it. And it's within a year. Some people obtain it in 3 months. Some people it takes a whole year. But it's a mental state. What you've been learned, I'm about to unlearn you, and can you reboot yourself to learn? People need to be rebooted like the computer. And take down a new software and information because maybe the information you got has been contaminated.
Right. Yeah. What was your main sources for this when this thought change? Because it seemed like it had to be a journey because you ain't no punk, man. You were Mr. USA before.
Right, but I told you, the only reason I was chasing Mr. USA is because I wanted to prove for my dad. When I realized that it wasn't about winning trophies, travel. It was the travel and everything else I learned for myself, but the satisfaction of being with different people, and I wasn't gonna never get it. So I switched over. That's what we were talking about. So let's delete that and go straight into Fiona.
Okay.
I got Fiona about 10 and a half years ago. And the way I got Fiona is my friend sold me the dog. I told you the story and everything else, but I was in a relationship. And I told you how the universe works. And when the universe says make haste, sometimes you just gotta go. And I lived in Saratoga. No, I lived in Glens Falls at that time. And I was dating, I was married to this girl to keep her in the United States and everything else because that's the only reason we were together. And she helped me with my bodybuilding career, as did I. So I'm gonna leave it like that. And I came home one day and I had Fiona, and she was like, "You got a dog?" And I said, "Yeah, we got 3 cats in there." I said, "No, I know we got cats." I said, "But I got a dog." And she said, "We can't have dogs here in the condo." And I said, "I know that." And I got my stuff and I left.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it. That was the beginning of being way upstate training, and that's it. Right. I never looked back. It didn't work. A couple more relationships. Told people my dreams and everything else. They're all on board until they understand how much dedication and time and commitment it actually takes to breed the dogs and do this and next. They're not really caught up into it. So it's my lifestyle. I'm a farm dude. I like farm. I like being out here on the farm. I like homesteading. I like growing my own vegetables. I like staying at home. I like understanding your story. I don't need to read no more books. Tell me your story so I can help you heal yourself up and you can help me heal myself up. Forget everybody else. If you can do that, forget your parents, forget all of them because they've never been at this level before. We're about to enlighten each other and go on a higher plane. So if you're willing to take that trip with me, let's do it. Well, if you're coming in to go half-ass, you can stay with the boyfriend that you're with or date the people that you're with. I only want to be enlightened. I want to grow every day. I don't argue with nobody. Mm-hmm. You argue with somebody else. That's time. I ain't got time to argue with you. I just won't call you or do nothing because for what? Mm-hmm. I got a mission to do. I got a job to do. I'm not letting nothing stop me. 3 times I came close to being dead. This time I'm finishing out what I need to do. Kids that ain't got no parents, disabled vets, let them come out here and see what animals is, to walk the field, to sit there and show people this is what their dad should do, or this is what I think they should do and everything else, and I will show them.
You said about meditating was one of the first things, that's the beginning that we could do to start to elevate ourselves and get to that. What will be the next things that we should do as a community to bring this together?
It's cleaning yourself out, detoxifying yourself from the stuff that you eat. We eat with our hands, not with utensils.
You see, so you eat all your food by yeah. We should be eating.
I use
we should
and everything else, but we eat everything with our hands. That's how we eat H3O2. My fault. Mm-hmm. But that's how we do it. That's the energy. That's the seeds fruit. The seeds from the fruits that rehydrate our body. We once was a seed. We eat seeds. They classify certain fruits, certain vegetables as vegetables, but they are actually fruits like cucumbers, peppers, cabbage. Yeah, I think cabbage. Yeah, cabbage is one of them. These are vegetables these are fruits that they sit there and tell you that's vegetables. That's gonna hydrate the body and get a body. If it didn't grow naturally through the earth, it's not real.
Roman Price, I did interview with him the other day. Integrity Borbles. He wants to take you up on that bear test.
See, I already told you. That.
Yeah.
His dogs can't have nothing on. Straight naked. My dog was naked.
Butt naked, y'all.
No gear, no nothing, no collars, no nothing.
You hear that, Roman?
No nothing.
Yeah.
100%. You go out there and you bring your damn dog out there. We're gonna show you. I posted pictures of the different bears out there. We got some big ass bears out there. That one dog against a big ass bear. We'll see.
Yeah.
Bears can eat a deer. So I mean, your dog ain't bigger than a deer. So we'll see.
Yeah, both of y'all from North Carolina now. Y'all know y'all got that. Boy, North Carolina been deep on my show lately. God.
I got 5 dogs.
Yeah.
It's a difference than having one dog fighting a bear.
Mm-hmm.
And they all work as a unit. He trained I don't know how he trained his dog, but most people train their dog individual.
No, Mr. Price got his in deep in the pack.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But if his is like that, then it's gonna do good. But without protection too.
Yeah, they a mob.
Yeah.
Right. That's the only way they're gonna do it. So he's gonna be able to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because the bear ain't gonna have no chance, just like with the dogs, if all of them coming at you different angles, you ain't gonna have nothing to do but run up a tree.
Right.
But if you got one dog you training, then another dog you training, they're not gonna work as a unit.
Right.
His dog's already been trained to work as a unit, so hats off to him. He does the same stuff that I do then.
Yeah, his dog's running in the pack.
Yeah, he'll call. Yeah, he North Carolina country boy too. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I take my hat off to him. Yeah, he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And his dog actually trained, so I would love for him to come up here so he can actually show me how you do it.
Yeah.
Because that would be something. I was like, now I'm on a real bear hunt.
Right. Yeah.
Real professional. This ain't bumping into him. Let's see what the dogs really do to him. I love to videotape that. I mean, because I keep my dogs in the house. Like, look, I'm gonna go out here and videotape this, and we're gonna come back and study this shit, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, we'll take some questions from the chat, then I'm gonna let them go. It's Friday night, and we sure do appreciate being coming in. Jordan, you got anything for him?
Well, yeah, man. Wow, it's taking a lot in. I think one thing that I wanted to highlight, he gets
to the point, doesn't he?
Yeah, straight to the point, direct, straight in your face. I like it. That's how we need to be, because it's too much fluff and stuff. Everybody want to sugarcoat it and make it seem nice and put it in the package. No, tell me the real. Tell me how I'm supposed. Part of it is supposed to get a reaction, make you feel some type of way. If it's not right, you're supposed to do something about it.
If your dogs are so well trained, why are they in cages?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the naturalness, though. The naturalness, like the way that you come from. I think the way that, because you hadn't seen it the modern or fabricated way. And then so you have an idea what that's supposed to be. Like my granddaddy, he would just tell me, and then I'd listen to him. I sit down to this, he would tell me how it's supposed to be. So I'm trying to compare what I see to what he say. And it's perspective, the natural way, because we haven't been exposed to it. I think a lot of times in general public, people start to see it the regular way as the natural way, or the fabricated way, the false way, and they believe in it. That's real, but you got to get back to the natural. Dogs in the pack, outside, living, eating what we eat, not every day. And then you're going to get the real true experience, the real true value. The real true value of having a dog is the therapy, to be in the natural. To me, this is for me. the therapeutic value, when the dog looks at me and we have this communication, this relationship, this bond, that it's pure. And I know that it's pure, it's real. So I just wanted to highlight that it's important to have that if you want to be able to, I mean, it's just important to me. I said, let me speak on that. Man, I just really appreciate everything that you've been saying, bro. It's really deep, deeper than dogs, right? This is life.
At the end of the day, I would like to get to the point where I only use clicks, because that's really that's all you really need with your dogs is clicks. They understand clicks. That's how they do it in Africa.
Yeah, border collies, they use whistle.
Sign language, it's clicks, it's noises.
Yeah.
And dogs can really adapt to the clicks and noises just like animals versus trying to talk to them.
Right, right.
But I'm not to that level yet, and I'm sure there's people out there that know how to teach dogs how to do it and everything else. But that's really is because if you say something, people gonna hear you. But if you go and they already know what to do. It's a different. It's levels to this. I'm just at the basic, and I'm learning from everybody else. Like I said, I learn from everybody. I mean, I understand why people do what they do, but dogs only eat one way. And if you're not feeding it the right way, I don't care what you're promoting or what you're selling, dogs need to chew bones. They need to stop. They got teeth. They got canine teeth for chewing bones. They're not just meant to bite shit or hang from shit.
Yeah, it's important that they do that. That's one of the reasons why I prefer to feed mines whole portions of the organs instead of grinding it up. I got grinded up meat, right, that I will give to other people, and eventually we'll be selling it. But for my own dogs, you see what I'm feeding them is the whole pieces because I want them chewing and biting and eating and doing it the way they.
That's how mine.
You notice how they use their feet.
Right. Yep. Stepping on it.
Cutting it with the toenails and everything else.
Yeah.
You don't see that regular because they swallowing food and they eating in the kitchen.
Right. And this is an activity for the dogs.
Correct.
This is a mental experience for the dog, for the puppy to go through this. And then after he eats, he go lay down. He's exhausted. He done gave him something to do. It's important for the dogs to have something to do all the time. I mean, well, regular, consistently, not so much, 24/7, but
especially if your dog is not exercising.
Exercising is key. I was explaining that to one of my padres, and he had asked questions about like, how's he doing that? Well, I said, well, think about it. His dogs are able to migrate, and they're able to move around. You got a lot of acres, or it looks like you got some land that they're able to move about on. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. It's the land part, but it's the prey drive of the dog. That's what I'm telling people. It's not like coming in the house and you got it's a family and you got this, that. They need to be with people that like to be in the country or out walking. These aren't dogs that need to be just at the house. They want to hunt stuff. They want to run. They want to stretch their legs. And if you ain't got that backyard like that, you gonna mess the dog up.
Right. And you move your dogs around. You moving them around though. They're getting that experience. They're getting that out. And so they're not pressed. They're not pressed. They're not stressed.
Stress is the word.
Say what now, bro?
Stress is the word because they're not able to let it out. Now you got a dog that's pent up. He's a male. He's acting all up because he never got to release his testosterone because he ain't got no female around, and you wonder why he's acting the way he do. He's going through his teenage years.
Yeah, give him a job. That way he need a job.
Give him something to do to burn the energy off instead of cutting his balls off. That ain't number shorten the dog's life expectancy.
That's shortening is like, man. Yeah, I was gonna ask. Because I feel like that's irresponsible. People say that they doing it for birth control, to prevent the dog. That's irresponsible. Your dog shouldn't breed if you don't want it to. You got a number of dogs there. You should be able to control and manage your pack. You shouldn't have to do that in order for the dog to be able to be managed or behaved. Right? That's irresponsible. To me, to be being responsible mean do what I say do, or it's no other way. It's my way. It's my world. And
the thing about that is in a pack, they don't get second chances. Everybody know what their role is and everything else. And if you fall out of line, Fiona correct you or Copper might go up to you and everything else. Well, Fiona must do the checking. When Fiona go up to any of the dogs, they roll down on their back. They all roll down and lay down on their stomach.
For our people, Fiona is who? She's the what is her rank at? Queen bee. She's the grandmother. She's the queen bee. That's the and then I hear you talk Thanos.
Right, and Leo is the grandfather.
So you got Copper. That's your main. Copper is the boss bitch, the bottom bitch.
Copper is the alpha male.
Okay, alpha male. Alpha male. And then Fiona.
Right. And then it's Simba, which is his brother from the same litter. Then it's Thanos and Gamora from the 3 years later.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
you
say Copper went in there and took charge and took that bite.
Yeah, Copper went in, and the other dogs went to the front of the cave or the little nest, and then the bear ran out there. It was like that bear that you see in the video fighting a little person, that man that was made up. It was just like that. I look back at the video and laugh at it, but at that moment, I didn't want my dog to get hurt. And then there was the time I had to just leave Copper back there because I was like, shit, I got 4 of them away. And then at the end, you see me calling Copper, and he coming out like he just fought Mike Tyson. I'm like, oh, I'm like, look, but that's his love for me. He knew I was hurt.
Yeah,
he didn't care.
And that bear was getting up that tree though.
Yeah, the bear was getting up the tree, but it's that love for me. They respect me that enough and know that after 4 days of not eating, because they hadn't ate since I left. You're talking about dogs that haven't eaten or that and still had the energy to fight a bear, and I still hadn't fed them yet because we just got home. Mm-hmm. That's love for it. That's your animal love for it. They had lost weight, everything, but their gut instinct was like, look, let's take on this bear and take it out. And you take your ass home and sit down and have some tequila and a joint. Leave this shit alone.
There you go. Hey, this is going to be one of my final questions for you, but what are your thoughts on bloat?
That's dog food. I never had it. I don't know. I would have to talk to somebody that had it because I explained to people that dogs don't eat cereal, but they don't believe me. The cereal company makes your dog food.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you got to take something and add more protein or vitamins and stuff to it, I ain't never seen animals out there seasoning their food.
Yeah,
they act like this is an episode of Yosemite Sam and Bugs Bunny. This is real life out there. There's real animals out here. And the guy from North Carolina, like I said, I take my hat off to him. He understands there's real animals out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That what is it? I can't even think of the name of it. But it's like it's not the mongoose, but the fisher cat. Fisher cat jumps right on top of your dog head. Straight for your dog head, scratch the top of your dog head, kills your dog just like that. Fisher cats are nasty. You're talking about bobcat. Fisher cats is what you got to watch out for.
Okay, so it's some kind of animal. Okay, I ain't hit to him.
Cats are an animal, look like a weasel almost. They would jump right on top of your dog head where you can't reach at and kill them from the top of their head.
Damn.
They say raccoon to do that.
They are dog killers.
Yeah, they say a raccoon to do that in the water or drown a hound. Get on top of his head.
Yeah, cool.
A coon to drown a hound in the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want them to get that coon chasing the coon in the water.
Yeah, fisher cats. Yeah, some garden of has talking about them. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Well, yeah, man. I hope to get you. I got so much. I right today. I was just being a student in the study. But bruh, it was a lot.
I got 11 years. You got more years than me. I'm listening to you guys.
Man, it's still, but you spitting the real, and it's good for somebody, another perspective to say it. This is the way that you have the ultimate success, and it's a different feeling for me.
And I ain't scared to say it.
Yeah, say it.
Why would I be scared to say it?
A lot of people.
Do you see the proof?
Yeah. Right.
Hey, told you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see how the pack moves as a unit, though. Everybody's looking, and then watch when everybody goes back to relaxing. It's going once somebody is. I like that though. That's how it's supposed to be. The pack operates as it's a family. It's one, and it seems like you got that.
People ain't used to trusting people. That's the problem. It ain't no more trust because trust was gone when dad left and mom left and all this other craziness, and you only relied on yourself truly, and you only give people a subtotal of yourself. And as I tell people, I see past that. I see your best. It's a gift. I don't know. But when I look at people and everything else, it's not me training your dog. It's me training your mindset. Your perception is all wrong. It's diluted. And that's just it.
Yeah, believe in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Believe in yourself, because whatever you got is in you. Whatever you need is in you. It got to come from within. You seeking
Correct.
out pills. You seeking out a specialist. You heard what the man said. It starts, if you want to, the best thing that we can do for ourselves is meditate. And just that means blocking everything up.
People don't understand the stuff that comes out of your mouth. You manifest it because you tell yourself, we're only a computer download. We are energy. We're not a soul. We're not a spirit. We are energy. And energy needs energy to survive. I'm telling you, you need to eat fruits. Look at me. You see what I eat. I mean, you see how my dogs eat. They don't want to believe it because it's not the norm, or it's not because the news ain't telling them, or somebody else is telling them, or maybe because I'm on the country and I got a little bit of melanin in my skin and they don't believe it, but I don't care. I got proof.
Electric proof.
The proof is right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the proof.
Right. Well, Ben, I know you a lifestyle coach, and because I know that's kind of your motto. It ain't a diet; it's a lifestyle. Does this, your teachings or your coaching, is it one-on-one, or is it online as well?
It's not online. What I do is they email me, I send them the information, $80 for the consultation, but everybody's different. Everybody's body different, but at the end of the day, we all need energy for our body to function. Your body's functioning off of dead food. Mm-hmm. And our body's adaptable. That's why dogs are able to eat dog food, because it's adapted to it. And eventually catches up to them and kills them. That's why you don't see 7-year-olds and 10.5-year-olds. You see them, but they're not healthy. They can't run. They're not like puppies. Dogs are supposed to be like puppies, and then they'll walk away in the woods and die. Dogs never lose their energy because they ain't thinking about tomorrow. They're living in that moment.
Right.
We don't live in the moment. We live in the past and try to look for the present, but it can't be there without a now. And that's what I'm trying to get people to do. Live in the now instead of living in the past. The past can't do nothing to you but take your time away.
Yeah.
Make the most of this, y'all. Make the most of these days, these minutes, this time, these seconds.
I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but I
don't know.
So that's what it's about.
Yes.
I didn't touch people's lives. So regardless of whatever anybody think, I didn't know. I already know I made a change because people texted me and telling me.
Right. Okay. Well, Ben, I sure do appreciate you.
Yeah, bro.
My audience, and I know Jordan and his audience appreciate you coming, man.
Definitely.
It was everything.
Oh, don't forget. I mean, I know y'all got y'all station and everything else, but Country Mountain Master, if you ain't got one, you still can tune into it.
Yeah.
Gotta get it out there.
Yeah, TikTok.
Yes, sir.
Definitely go follow him on TikTok.
And definitely, y'all are still like, everybody got their preference, but if you want a big dog, I got 2 males, 2 females available. You come in and come to Amsterdam and pick out the puppy pick you. Military, or you coming out of state, it's not about the price. I want the dog to go to a good home because I need a reference for next year. I got 5 references already for this litter. I got 4 more that's available. If they're not gone by Monday, they will have names and they will be added to my pack. I always wanted 13 dogs, and this will make 11, so I just need 2 more. So that'll be it. I'll be done for this year until next year.
All right. Cool.
Big Ben, the showstopper.
Jordan, you got
to inform people. That's it. Don't try to do like you guys. I'm learning from you guys. Same thing.
Yeah, we all learn from each other.
On my telephone, so y'all doing it bigger than me.
We doing a little something, doing what we can, trying to find guys like you to tell your truths, tell your stories, and
if my story can help enlighten you and change the way your narrative, you can get healthier.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can get healthier, your dog will get healthier.
Yeah.
Why? You see the result in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Health
you
is
want to
wealth.
learn, get a hotel room, come out here, pay me, and I can teach you. It's the same thing. Me going to North Carolina and him showing me how to do the bear thing.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't an overnight process. These dogs are learned to do this and everything else, and they automatically know how to do it as a cohesive unit. One dog against 11 dogs, that's like a coon dog versus a raccoon. Going up in the tree, pushing the raccoon out and saying, raccoon, if you beat all 13 of them dogs, you get to walk away. I won't kill you. It ain't gonna happen.
Mm. Yeah.
Man, I gotta jump off, man. I could talk, man, much longer because I just would like man. But my children here, they trying to turn up upstairs. They trying
Hey
to
everybody, hey, we appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yes, sir.
The next
Everybody
time,
have a good weekend.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Man, thank you so much for taking the time out, y'all. Everybody that's joined us, thank you for watching. Thank you I hope that y'all picked up some valuable information. And if not, you definitely go tune in to Country Mountain Masters on YouTube and TikTok. NWA Connie Corso's my channel. Of course, we're gonna give you the best that we have to offer. That's one thing that's for sure. We're gonna try to make it informative and make it where it's something that you can use, it's useful, it's beneficial. So we're gonna be talking about more than just dogs. And I think that a lot of what you said can apply to life tonight. I think that you can apply a lot of things that you said beyond just dogs and improving ourselves. And that's what it's about, building. How can we come together and build something together instead of conflict? You know what I'm saying? Let's build something. And that's what I like about this whole movement that we got going. It's all about empowering and building and inspiring and motivating and bringing out the best.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm sitting there trying to teach everybody, look, my dog don't have everything that you're saying. What are you doing? This is the only thing I'm doing different. All you got to do is do it. The proof is in front of you. From 6 months to 10.5 years, there's no debating. What you're doing is causing your dog to get sick. If you want to take your dog and go on airplanes, yes, they're going to need vaccinations. But make sure you feed them raw so that raw food can push that shit out of their system. When you give them chemicals on top of chemicals, it's just going to linger around their system.
Right.
You want it in and out. You want the body detoxifying and pushing it out and cleansing the body. It's a foreign substance.
Right.
Man, I gotta get you back, man. I gotta get you back because there's so much stuff that we want to cover, and the kids trying to turn up, and I gotta go to work. I gotta.
Sounds good. No, like I said, I stand on the backs of giants before me. I really appreciate this. I got a platform, and I speak my mind, and I tell people what I think. And I don't think it's no middle part to it at all. I think it's one way or no way. You can do whatever you want. I don't have no vet bills. Show me your vet bills. That's all I gotta say.
That's right. Hey guys, I'm gonna take off next week, but the week after that, I got some bangers lined up. We'll see you.
All right, peace.
Peace.